Welcome back to the South Factory. Peace and blessings, everybody. Peace and blessings. We are live at 5. All right, we're going to talk about a couple of plays this week. Amazon, Costco, AMD, TEM, right? We're going to break these charts down and kind of go over some things real quick. Get y'all locked in, show you a couple setups and how we are coming. So peace and blessings. Let's get this work. We're going to kick it out with Amazon. All right. So crazy enough, right? I was looking at Amazon this week. How I got on my radar because I went on a site and they was talking about Big Nancy. Yet you don't know who Big Nancy is. Hope you know who Big Nancy is. Nancy Pelosi, greatest trader of all times. Yeah. She bought some Amazon calls. She also bought some calls on EM and a couple other companies, right? So that's how I got on my radars. From there, I was like, okay, let me look at the charts, what the chart's talking about. Then my great detective skills start, working because I'm a technical analysis practitioner, right? I'm too nice with it. And boom, right out back, I said, oh, is that a bull flag, my boy? I said, I think it is a bull flag, my boy. I said, okay. I said, well, we need probable cause, like the police say they need probable cause to search the premises. So we have an idea. All right. Nancy gave us probable cause search. We get to searching. Then we find this bull flag ready to play. Now, we talked about this on Monday. We was doing a little market review. And I was like, we got this bull flag on the table. I said, okay. So what I like to do is always mark out the high of the bull flag because that's a typical target for some investors that like to take the high of the bull flag, right? Which is here. But if you actually play out the measure move, which is the flagpole, so from the start, boom, to the high, boom, which is there, right? You'll take that, clone it, pop it right there, and then you're gonna put your horizontal trend line right there. Boom, boom, boom. Now from there, this is our measured move, right? Since we already broke out from Friday, Monday, kind of gapped out of there, we got to close above the flag, which is great. That means we ready to rock and roll. Okay. So we're going to looking at about a $36 move, right? We're going to take that down in half. So typically you're looking at a $36 move, right? That is great. Now, we are not greedy or naive. We know good and well it may not all the way get there, so you'll project for half of that, which would be $18 and some change. We're just gonna put 18 just for, price sake. So that's your halfway point. Bada boom, bada ding, right? So that gives you your levels. Now we want to get even more fancy with this. We can go ahead and do a field extension, run a play like that. Bada boom, bada bang. All right, now you got your 618, 100% fifth extension, 127, 141, 160. Right? So went from this low, high, low, boom, got a fifth extension. Now, you're looking at it, 61.8 fifth extension golden ratio for the extension level, right? Is right above our halfway point. The halfway point is right above that. So that's a guaranteed target. We already took out the high. I took profits today because it was kind of coming back down on a 1 hour chart. But I'm looking for them to take a high tomorrow. And if they do, I'll be looking to re-enter that trade. So let me go to the 1 hour chart. Okay. All right. So this the point right here where we had our little pullback. All right. And then from there, we have them coming up to our higher high. If you understand market structure, you know this is a higher high, higher low. This should make a new higher high, right? That's what we're looking for. But if they don't take it out, it is what it is. But on the way pullback, I took profits. I was already up 70% on this play. I'm like, okay, great. If you do not make it all the way there and you decide to go ahead, shift down, sweep liquidity, shift down, I already got some profits in. If not, most likely what I do with those said profits, look for a cheaper contract, buy another contract with more time on it. That way the data don't have to worry about kicking in and all that good fancy stuff. And I just continue rocking away. But I want to see them take this high. Okay. They take that high, they're gonna let me know they got more progress to give, right? If not, it is what it is. Because we got boom, 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 a lot of price action in this, right? I know Big T back in office, so that a lot of boys spending money. Everybody flying out the channels. All the crypto pumping right now. XRP did what it did. The Trump coin, Melania coin. I think his son even got a coin. Somebody said that. So they all jumping. Markets flying all over the place, right? Money going everywhere. But you have to be wise with it. We still use our technicals. We still use our common sense, and we're not just jumping in and out of stuff just for the trade sake. We are being wise with our trades here, and this is one of them. So I seen things come back down. I had a threshold say, "Hey, I'm not really going to give up more than one candle." It came past that. I said, "Okay, great. I'm going to go ahead and take my profits, and I'm just going to look for a new position, no harm, no foul." But we take money off the table. Money's presented, take it off the table, spin a block, get something else. So that's Amazon for you. This flag still in play. Unless they start taking some major market structure out, I believe this trade's still in play. I just want to see them take a high. They take that high, we good to go. Right? Right. Now, I'm going to pop over here to AMD. Hmm. Ooh. Oh, yeah, that XRP to the moon right there. I like that. I like that. Like that. So, as I was doing my 1 2 1 2 today, right? I'm scanning the market. I'm looking for what I'm looking for. Boom. I think I seen somebody said something about AMD. It was something popped up on my radar, right? So I just said, "Oh, let me swing over there, go see what AMD got going on." So when I came to look, let's create some 1 hour chart. I'm trying to see what type of trade I had. Boom! I see this nice stiff bear candle come in right at a gap, right? So volume comes in, they didn't have necessary volume to get through this gap. And when you get rejected out of a gap, that's a very significant move there. It's telling us like, hey, they probably gonna shift down. Because you already seen down here, it created this nice little island gap, right? So AMD been getting very violent lately. Not only did it once right here, it also repeated the process right over here. So it's jumping like this. It gapped down to, gapped up to, right? But what I'm noticing when you got here into this gap to try to fill this gap, they couldn't do it, right? They got rejected. So they start coming out. That's when I took my opportunity. Let's go down to the 12 minute real quick. You see, we got that good old quality. Holla at this. Holla at you real quick. Got that good quality evening star pattern, which is bearish. Anytime you get a major rejection out of a gap, that thing going to the desert and it's forming bearish market structure. And you clearly see in post market, it's still sinking. Cheese still sliding out the cracker. It's going to go rebound some price on the way down because it got too violent, it got too besides itself. It's dropping. Now, what also gave me more confidence when we start looking at the market, right? So let's go to the daily, and I'm gonna bust you up with the oscillators real quick. I'm gonna let you see what they talking about, right? So you see your MACD is below the zero level, so it's already in bearish territory. So when we start talking about the 4 hour chart, well, guess what? The MACD still in bearish territory. Now, only one that wasn't at the time was the 1 hour, but it's already crossed over. It's coming down. With that, we can see the 4 hour and the daily start turning. Once we get like 4 hours of market play tomorrow, we get this MACD closer to this level here. You know, once the MACD start getting down in this range, that's when we can start seeing some difference in the curling of the 4 hour chart, right? So right now the MACD way up here. As it starts slowly drawing down closer to the neutral zone, that's gonna help turn the MACD on a 4 hour and the daily chart. It's gonna help start curving the MACD, right? Let me see how can I show. Can I demonstrate? We have the tools. Yes, we do. I know they're here. Doo-doo-doo. Where you? There's a set two. I know. Weird how the thing looks. I know it's here. Okay. There we go. Curve. So what we want to start getting is price going to be like this. So as price come up, right? We want it to start curling. As this MACD start falling, I'm gonna look for the 4 hour to start doing this. I'm looking for the 4 hour to start curling right at the zero level, right? To give me that nice rejection that I'm looking for. So as this start coming down, we're going to get a deeper curl and we're going to get that U-turn we're looking for on the 4 hour. Then that's going to transfer on the daily. So you already see we right here, right? So our K2 lines, which is the blue, is the fast, right? It's already at the zero level. So as the 1 hour start coming down more, the 4 hour start curling over, and they're gonna give us more confirmation that yes, we going to the desert. Okay. Now, here's what you also pay attention to. See how far our daily MACD is? Yes, it's crossed up in a bullish position because they did have a lot of bullish momentum going that way, so they gave it enough juice to cross over. But that not necessarily mean that we will get to the zero level, right? If the 4 hour don't cross that zero level, this thing going to the desert. If it do manage to get up there and we get like a day of bullish action, maybe two, the MACD will get a little bit closer to the zero level, which will give us a better opportunity to say, hey, this thing probably will fill a gap or not, right? Typically, we know a bullish action about to take place, your higher time frames will be in line with that said direction. The oscillators give you an opportunity to realize that you may or may not be in line with the higher time frame trend, with the higher time frame traders, right? A lot of times when people are shorting the market, they got to buy back to position, right? They have to buy back to close. And when they're doing so, that's the reason why you may get a rise in price because people think this is a good deal for me. I got to close this position, so I got to buy this stuff back, get a hedge fund, get a market makers, they shares back that I borrowed, for the short position that I did. Whoa. And that's how we got here, right? So that's that. It's AMD. Okay. Stay smooth. Now, Costco's. I know y'all love the Costco. Okay. I know y'all love how they be coming in the food. Discounts, the bulk orders. All, the swaggy stuff Costco got to offer. I know y'all love it. But I also love this pattern that it's having. See, I was minding my business, walking down the streets of Wall Street, and I just started saying, hey, what's that? What's that, brother? Ooh, brother, what's that, brother? So I was like, okay, what we got here? Boom. Nice little head and shoulders. Okay. We just got the right shoulder got peeled in. You feel me? Today signify the even star pattern. I locked in. As soon as I seen this yesterday, right? I said, I'm gonna get him. I said, man, what we got here? We got a little lopsided neck. It's a little woppy, but we smooth out here. We ain't trimming on that. We ain't trimming. A little lopsided neck, but that's cool. So I said, all right, well, if this is a pullback, where we sitting at? So what I did, because I'm an intelligent brother, I ran my field, okay? Ran my field. We got a 50% retracement and rejection. So as soon as I seen this little shooting star, you know, it's falling out the sky. I was like, it's safe to get in here. I'm going ahead and get in at the top because if it fails, I know for sure I'm not too far from my exit, my pain threshold, so I can get out. And I can ride this all the way down to the neckline, even if it doesn't take this said low out, that's still $35, right? To the neckline is 42. Boom. Come on now to my negative 27 is that. But we ain't gonna go to the negative 27. We're gonna give you the measure move because you go from the head to the neckline. Okay. Boom. Pop that. Boom. There we go. There's your measure move. You don't know how to measure the move. This one you go. Now that's projecting Costco to go down to 796. Maybe it get there, maybe it don't, right? We're gonna discount that by 50%, $50. Go. Okay. And that's a halfway point, right? Which is right past my negative 27, right between my negative 618 at 849. $50 move, right? From the neckline. Now, since I'm spicy with it and I take a little more risk than the average bear, I'm up here looking at a 93 point move. That's just me. But the rules state you go ahead and get in at the break of the neckline. That's probably when I'm going to re-enter. If anything shake out, I don't like what it's doing. I know it's my fault because I didn't wait for the neckline break. I'm just playing a rejection of the 618. So I'm just staying smooth like that. And I'm getting it how I live. Feel me? That's how I'm coming. It's what it is. You do you, I do me. My pockets ain't your pockets. Not a financial advisor, not a fiduciary. On some game in the laptop. So you get it how you live. Okay. You agree? You agree. Okay. So we're going to scroll over to this TEM. TEM. It's an AI company. They deal in healthcare. So they are currently using AI in the medical industry to do different types of procedures, cut down the weight, cheapen the costs, and make it more efficient for people to get their medical needs met, right? Crazy thing about it, this also on Big Nancy list. Big Nancy had this on her list. She bought some call options. She spent about 50 to 100K on some call options for this company, right? On the 14th. And I'm like, man, I said, Big Nancy in there. I'd have got it. But unfortunately, seeing this gap up, I was like, Jesus. I said, that gap is stiff, different. But that thing just said, boop. Big Nancy knew what she was talking about. So you look at it, we already at a 50%. Day two, they starting to play with a little more. It's getting volatile. We have 50% retracement. I was projecting to get to the 50%, 61%, and that was going to be my goal for this and get out the way. But they gapped up and took off running. The spreads on the contracts too ugly for me, and I just said, hey, this thing moving way too fast. I don't like the spreads. I just had to simply watch and be amazed. But it was just definitely a great trade for those who took it, who seen opportunity and got in that trade. It was fantastic. I know somebody who did. It was great for them. Hats off, right? But following Big Nancy, even though, she on the way out the door, I gotta go check, see if she still got her job or not. Yeah. It pays. It pays. She be praying. Praying. But yes. Now we're gonna touch on XRP real quick before we shut it down. And so yeah, we got to, XRP is the one. We still rocking with them bars. So we got to a high of 340. People projecting more numbers. If you want to get an easy projection, we can go ahead and run a fib and see where we're gonna go next. We're gonna do a fib extension here. From this base to here. Here's our base, peak, tracement. So 61%, $3.57. I'm going to get some approvals. Thanks for the information. If they go ahead and approve this ETF, just like they did with Bitcoin and everything, that can really give us some room to kind of like get busy with it, right? That'll really give us some room for them to kind of take off the more use case, get put in for XRP and these other cryptocurrencies like Solana and everybody else. You're going to see more movement in the charts. You will get these higher numbers the more use cases they get. Now that we're going to have a more crypto-friendly government, you can really start seeing some movements in your investments. Now, I'm not one of the people to tell you, oh, be doing this for a quick flip. I don't believe in quick flips. I believe in buying, holding equity, having ownership, and building your next egg and your net worth, right? Not to take quick look in and out little penny pinching trades to rack up the taxes and fees. That is not good for you. So you need to be aware of this and stop playing yourself by getting in and out of these positions. You buy, hold, build a nest egg, right? You want to keep buying on a consistent basis. You want to keep buying and holding, store it in the proper locations, protect your crypto at all costs because it's a cold world out here. Very cold world. They not playing with you people. Some people will get you. Leave them keys around, they'll get you now. So buying and holding, if this projection, right, let's say it goes to the 1618, right? That's $4.76. I know people been holding since 40 cents. They up. It even got 200% gain on this, $5.20. Come on now. We keep going. We got numbers, right? We can get up $6. So think about this: $6. You got a couple of thousand of these. You up nice, but you're only gonna get that level of return if you buy and hold, right? Let them keep rolling out the use case. Crypto's not going nowhere, so stop looking at it as a hustle. Stop buying into these little meme coins, right? If you're gonna do it, get your money, get up out of there. Don't put your life on the line. All right, get your money, get out, but buy solid cryptocurrencies that will hold value and increase in value with use case. If you don't have a use case, it's useless. All right, it's just a flip. But with use cases, steady improvement, government backing, institutional buying, you will be in a very good place in a couple of years just by buying and holding. Accumulate as much as you can while it's dirt cheap, because in the future, it's going to be worth way more. So, yeah, that's my 2 cents about that. I ain't gonna preach on it. I ain't gonna just keep, going down the rabbit hole with you. So, peace and blessings on that. And I hope y'all do what y'all do.